Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. It is currently Valentine's Day and if you can't tell from my red lipstick, I'm gonna be staying at home basically eating my heart out. I already literally had a very nice cake and now I'm having these snacks. They're freaking good, you guys. This is watermelon flavor and there is mango. I'm gonna say the peach was really good. This is how it looks. Look at that. Anyway, so since we're single this year, I've been asked to go on dates, but I didn't go. So maybe this is a little bit my fault. This video is going to be about how do I know when someone is for me. So before we begin, let me tell you that since I was 14, I've been looking for my one and I've been wanting to find a person for me and going to some dates after even my recent breakup and trying to figure out like what's out there, who's who, what do I want, what some characteristics I want in a person. There's some points that I found out that I'm like, you know what? If this person has this stuff or this person makes me feel this way, then they're probably not the one for me. All of these points that I'm telling you can apply for your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your friend, your honestly any sort of a person that you have next to you, and kind of figure out if they're really healthy for you and if it's healthy for you to be around them. So with that said, let's get started. Here we go. When you get asked to go on a date, number one thing to figure out if you're really excited to go out with this person is to know if you're excited to dress up for them. So before you go on that date, ask yourself, am I excited to dress up, to do my hair, to do my makeup, whatever that it takes for you to get ready for a date? Am I excited to do that for this person? And from that moment on, you know if they are the one for you or not. You should also be excited to dress up, to look your best, and to present yourself at your best. And if you're not, it's not it. And I figured that out the hard way, where sometimes like I would go on a date and I would like, you know what, I'll just wear this outfit and just like get through this, you know, and I don't want that. This is why I kind of stopped going on dates with people that I haven't seen in person yet before it is initiated to go on a date. Because there needs to be some chemistry, you guys, before is what I'm trying to tell you. Like there needs to be some excitement. There needs to be talking before that date and the build up to go and see this person. To add on to that, this is why I figured out I wanna have somebody as a best friend first before I date them. Because from what I've researched and what I've seen, the people who have found their one, they found a best friend in that person first before they found love that gets to add on to that later on in life, or even maybe in that moment like there's that chemistry, but that person needs to be my best friend before I call them my one. Now don't get me wrong, like you might meet somebody and you're like, I really love this person, I want to go out with them, I want to see who they are. Through that as well, try to stay awake and try to find this best friend person that is gonna go through life with you, and always that intimacy and romance and everything could be created and revisited as you go forward. This past relationship that I had, I wasn't at my best. Not best behavior in terms of respecting somebody and understanding like the fundamentals of partnership. Because I went through that, I now know the healthier way of being in a relationship. Another way to see if they are your person or not, if they kill your excitement either in person or over text. So let me give you an example. You're really excited to go to this party. You text that person. You're like, oh my God, like I can't wait to dance. I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do that. And this person just somehow, even though they might be like, oh my God, I'm really excited, me too. Somehow their energy just kills your excitement. That's how you know that this person might not be your one. Now, with the exception of there's some situations that this person might not feel their best, this person might not feel like they want to party. Okay, those are exceptional, you guys. Like, we're human beings. We're not robots. Even in that case, if it's a pattern that's repeated a lot, like let's say you get in their car and right away you're like, oh my god, like what the hell, like my excitement is lost. Even if that person's excited, they're not the one for you, because then I really do believe in this energy. Like, two people carry energies that either feed each other or it throws the people off. I was always too excited, and then I had a person who was just right here, which is nothing wrong with that person. It's just a preference, a way that those energies need to work for this friendship, for this best friendship, for this love to work. And that is, again, my personal opinion. Ladies, you know this. It takes a while for us to get ready. It takes a lot of effort for us to do our hair, to do our makeup. And not saying the same effort doesn't come from men or any other gender. You gotta put that effort and you gotta feel excited for that. And once you're on that date, that excitement has to build up from there. The nervousness, the butterflies have to build up from there. If it's building down, they're probably not the one for you. Lately, I've also realized that there's kind of no such a thing as soulmates, but I do believe there's a person out there that your energy and your personalities, your preferences, your interests can work hand in hand with the other person in order to make life more fun. I want to believe in soulmates. Like, I want to be like, oh my god, like, where's my person? There should be this one. Like, I want to dramatize everything. But at the same time, I also want to keep my expectations and my head in a very realistic situation and a place so I can think clearly. Because think about it, you're gonna like spend the rest of your life with this person. Yes, there's a way of like divorce and going back, but nobody wants to go through that. You don't want to start off as in thinking that way, or you don't want to start with a maybe. If they give you anxiety when you're going out, when you're texting them, or just in general in terms of life. In my past relationship, not saying that everything's on this person, like they made me have anxiety, blah blah blah. All I'm saying is that because two people aren't compatible, I'm not talking about Taurus with Virgo. If those people are not compatible, then they're both gonna start hurting each other in different ways. For me, it was the fact that before I would go to sleep, I would have anxiety. I don't want to blame this on a relationship, but I feel like after my relationship, I've had more calmer nights where I've slept so much better. I used to shake. I used to be super cold when I was in a relationship. And then now, sometimes that happens if I start sleeping later too. Some days even when I slept late, like I was fine. I was like, wow, I have less anxiety after my relationship. So that's another thing, sense of anxiety, and especially if you're going out with them and you feel anxious. Let's say you're excited for this date, you go out, everything's good, and then you start feeling anxious. You're like, okay, like something's not it. In other words, if they're the one, you're gonna feel safe with them. So there are these YouTubers named Abby and Matt. I don't know if you guys watch them. Basically, they just started a podcast, and Matt, he looks at Abby and he tells her, since the day I met you, it's almost like you cured my anxiety. He's like, I still get anxiety, but it's not as much as it used to be. I feel like that's how it's supposed to feel with that person. Coming from these lovers who got married at the age of 20 and 21, I think. And they've been married since now, and they have a kid at the age of 24. They have a kid at the age of 24. That's me. I'm 24. Everybody has their own life's timing, but I think it's so cool the fact that two people can really calm each other down. They can cure each other's anxiety. They should give you a sense of calmness without them even saying a freaking word. And I stand to that. How does this person make me feel? Do they make me feel my best, or do they just like make me feel my worst? Another way I realize a person's not for me is if they say these two sentences. And I mean these two sentences. If I hear that, you're cut. You're cut. How many times can I say it? You're too picky. You're hard to deal with. I think everybody's hard to deal with. I think everybody's picky in their own way. Everybody has preferences and everybody has ways of doing things. Some people have it more organized than others. When you make a decision to turn your car on in the morning, that's a way that person chooses to start their morning. If I'm too picky for you and if I'm too whatever for you, then you're probably not the one for me, because the one for me would understand why I do that and would be totally fine with that because that would work for him or her. Some people do things differently. Some people like their room clean like me. Like, I'm a room clean freak. Will that change in the future? I hope so, because if I get a bigger house, bigger than this 8 feet square, I'm sure it's gonna be hard to clean everything the way I do in this 8 feet square. To tell that to somebody that you're too picky or you're too this or you're too that, then that means you haven't taken the time to explore that person and why they're the way they are, and to explore yourself to see even if you can live with that. And last but not least, if you find yourself having to explain this person how to put a date for you. Personally, if I'm interested in a person, and I do believe a girl can reach out and set a date, maybe reach out to be like, hey, do you want to meet up for coffee? But in terms of like an actual date, I feel like the guy should plan that out. Also, like, studies show that women who reached out to men to go on a date, it has lasted like forever. As a woman, you know what you want and you know who you want and you know what characteristics you adore in a man. We see that all around. Women know what we want because all around our life we've been told to be aware and to be cautious and to be careful. So when a man walks towards me, I know their intentions already. I know how they're gonna be. If I see a man, if I like them, I'm gonna ask them on a date. Let's go get coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I'll do hot chocolate. Walk somewhere, let's go talk. If I know how to do that, but then I have to tell another person how to do it, I don't want it. If this person has shown repetitive behavior of either like canceling on me or just not being able to plan something out and always telling me last minute, we are all busy, you guys. Everybody's busy. The person that wants to claim you freaking right away, they would ask you on a date and they would not waste another second, lose you to somebody else. That's what I've figured out so far, you guys. I hope this was helpful on a Valentine's Day. And if you guys have any comments of any sorts, please leave them down below because I want to know your opinion too. What do you think? If you disagree with me, that's totally fine. I will hear you out. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Valentine's Day so far. And if you're going on a date, good luck. If you are going out to date with your lover or your boyfriend or your fiance or your husband, you guys, I'm here to tell you, you better hold on to that person, love them forever, and don't ever look freaking around because there's nothing out there. I hope this person makes you feel like home. I'm not gonna cry, and I hope that you get to keep this home forever. They're lucky to have you. Have a wonderful date and have a wonderful Valentine's Day. I'm gonna go finish this and probably watch a little romantic movie and cry my eyes out. And maybe have chocolate bars, order In-N-Out, and yeah, food. Anyway, have a good Valentine's Day and see you in the next vlog.